Welcome back, everyone. When it comes to arguments, it's not just about who is right and who is wrong. Right? That's what I had to read that, but wait a minute.
What world are we talking about?
It's also about being open-minded. That makes sense.
Jody Bach with Bach's Office Transformational Consulting is here to give us some practical advice for connecting with others, and this is important even when you disagree with them.
Well, you guys were talking about winning arguments. Now, I'm a former college athlete, so I know about winning. But really, who wins when we're both out fighting?
Right.
That's why debating, I never really got debating, because you don't really listen in a debate, do you? You just want to get your point across. So I want to give some ideas, because I know our world is kind of weird right now. And people want to win, and they want to win arguments, and they're not really learning a whole lot about listening. And to be honest with you, my college degree was in communications, and I never had an active listening course, ever.
Really?
Nope. I learned how to talk. I learned how to persuade, I learned how to speak, but I never really learned how to listen until I was a hotline volunteer. For 3 years, I picked up the suicide hotline, and that's all you have is listening. So if you don't learn how to actively listen, you're only learning how to try to get your point across in a discussion. I think we've talked about that before, Chris. Discussion comes from the same root as percussion and concussion. So when you have a discussion, what does that mean? I'm going to ram my point across, and I'm not going to listen to your side. And that's kind of how we've been conditioned in a way. And then think about, we'll add to that where we live, in the land of Minnesota nice, which is never about being honest to the person's face.
I say passive aggressive.
Well,
Yeah.
It's not the North Dakota way.
Right? We talk about things and about people behind their
Yes.
back, but we don't talk to them very well, because we will avoid conflict at all costs, right? Is that just me, or is that true? You're from Western North Dakota.
Yes,
We just
no,
talked about
I agree.
that.
I joke, but I think I am a little passive aggressive. Yeah, I don't like confrontation. I don't.
But you like to win.
I do. Well, you know, I joke as a wife with my husband. I feel like I always win. But you're right. No one ever really wins, even if one of us stops talking and leaves. But
Well, right, because
but you say so. You don't want to say fight or debate, or discussion's even kind of scary. Is it? You know.
So the word I love to use is dialogue.
Okay.
But we have to agree in a dialogue that we're going to suspend previous assumptions for the time we're having the dialogue, suspend previous assumptions for the purpose of learning from each other. What if we actually listened to somebody's point of view and learned from it? How would that enhance our communication in our workplaces, at our homes? It means we might have to admit we've been wrong about something at some point, but that's where new information, when it's added, adds to the learning. And I'm a lifelong learner, so for me that's really
Well, that's
important.
not so hard for me to compute some days. Is it seems like with social media now, people get stuck in these echo chambers that just sort of tell you how right you are, and I'm like, I know what I believe. I don't need to have someone I want to learn from you and find out why you believe what you believe.
But the problem, at least in my experience, has been, is I'll take the election, and I know I hate to talk about politics, but in the election, I was asking everybody I could find, tell me who you're for. Please tell me who you're for. And all I heard this year was who they were against. And so it's really difficult for people sometimes to stand up and say, this is what I believe, because they're afraid they'll be attacked personally for what they believe, because people don't know how to listen.
Okay. When we come back, I want to ask, how do you get started with that when things are already kind of heated? How do you step back? We'll be right back.